What is it? What is it?
So sometimes when we back in the rig, a lot of times when we back in the rig, you call me on the phone.
Yes.
And there have been times when we can't get cell service. And there are times when you want to go for a walk and I want to go for a walk, or I want to go for a walk and we want to be in touch, but no cell service. So what we did is we picked up these. I'm not even going to try to pronounce what these are called.
Those are the walkie-talkies.
Yeah. And Nathan told us about these, and Dennis told us about these. And here they are. They're tiny. Look how big they are.
Wow.
I thought this was the battery. And look how little these are.
Oh, that's nice because you can put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Here's the battery. As they say, the battery from Walgreens.
Do you know what the range is on these?
About a mile.
Okay,
It's
and
usually Sightline.
how much did those cost?
They're not bad. The set was like $55, which is really good.
Perfect.
The other thing is this comes with a high gain antenna. This is taller than our rig right here. So it just screws in. So there's a high gain antenna here that will be great for being able to get in touch with each other.
Well, how am I supposed to put that in my pocket?
You wear it on, well, you'll get a little backpack, a little knapsack.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I was all excited because it's this little walkie-talkie.
Well, hold on.
And now I've got to put that in my pocket and carry that around?
Wow, life is just killing you these days, isn't it?
Okay.
But if I want to talk to my friends in Tokyo, this is the one I'm going to use right here, this game.
Okay.
This right here. Oh! 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 Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
It's been a long, long time coming. It's been a long, long, long time. It's been a long, long time coming. It's been a long, long, long time.
So the Bureau of Land Management guy, ranger, whatever you want to call him, rolled up in his 4x4 and was talking to us about being out here. We're actually on a monument. Who knew? And he was saying that up in these mountains over here behind me are scouts from the cartel, and back here, cartel scouts. So he said if you took a high-powered binocular, you would see them up on the ridge line. Fun. And so we're getting out of here today, not because of that necessarily, but we have to go. It's just something to keep in mind if you come to Vehicle, BLM land. It's all BLM land, but within here is the monument. So be careful, watch the signage, and yeah, just be careful. All right, we're back to dumping. This was easy. This one's easy. There's plenty of space. That's what I look for. We wanted to go to Picacho Peak State Park and dump because it's listed as a dump station, but then I called and they said there's a water shortage, so we can't dump. What I should have said is we don't need to fill, we just need to we'll give you water. How's that sound? So we're gonna just dump here and then continue on and take the rig in for our new slide. Very exciting stuff. Here we go. All right, we're here. I'm gonna go figure out where they want us.
Okay. And by here he means we are at the Vroom factory in Tucson, Arizona. Just gonna close this because I hear jets going over. So we are here to get our new slide system put in, and boy are we excited. Had a really difficult time getting it to come in today. He's pushing. Nope. It's coming back out. So the timing is perfect, absolutely perfect.
All right, so Jacqueline talked to Joey, who's the manager here, and he said, come on in, bring the camera.
So that's the same placement yours is at, and that's probably broken on there right now. That's why it's been struggling getting through there. So when you override it, what you're doing is you're turning the encoders off on the motor. You're putting all 12 volts of power straight to motor, forcing that. So anything that 12 volt that motor has to offer, it's amping itself out, forcing it out.
Okay.
So that's what you've been doing lately.
Yep.
Yeah, the way this guy operates, you could take it out at any placement. You could take it all the way in, all the way out halfway, run it right back the other way. It is 100% floating system. Your gear rail mounts to the box itself. It's able to glide up and down, allowing the box to be able to move if it needs to move. So in a lot of times on these big trailers and big buses, they tend to twist. So if them walls are during transport, or even if you're parked unlevel at some point, if the wall even has a little twist in it, well, once it gets to twist, it puts kink in the Schwintek system, and that's what makes it pinch up sometimes. So like when you have some people say, if I'm in a Walmart parking lot, it opens perfectly. I park over here, it's just as level, and now it don't. You know, maybe they have a twist before they park or something like that. Nothing really truly straightens up. If you're parked at a 3 to 5 degree angle or anything like that, you're not going to hurt it one bit. You can send the slide on out. It's not going to hurt nothing at all. I really don't recommend that or suggest that for obviously a big 16-foot wall slide, which is a little bit more heavier and a lot longer, more twist than that slide. But on your guys' slide or these little box slides, you can send them all day without having to put levelers down. Another function with taking it all the way in, all the way out, holding it for 5 or 10 extra seconds when you do that, there's no need to be doing that. You can, once you bump up against your flanges, you're good at that point. You're as much as it's going to take it in. Upon pickup, I'll take about 15-20 minutes of your guys' time. We'll go over the disengagement process, syncing, and maintenance of everything. So.
Can you tell that we're excited? Can you tell?
So we're heading back to get our camper.
Yeah, we're heading back to get our home, and we've been here for 2 days, 2 nights. And you know what? It was great. Have a long hot shower, go sit in the hot tub. But I really started to miss home last night. So I just miss the outdoor spaces. I just miss our home. So it feels kind of, I told Dave it feels kind of like you're an animal in a cage when you're just sitting in a hotel room. So I cannot wait to get our home back.
All right, today's the big day, the really big day in that, trying to get the camera held right, in that we're picking up our rig Indy with the new Vroom Slide. And we're very excited because when they explained it to us, it made so much sense that it's gonna work.
I can't wait to just go and like put it out part of the way and sneak by and then put it in and not hear the crunching. Well, we've been struggling with it for quite a while, but honestly, we've been living in this rig for what, 2.5 years?
Yeah.
In that particular rig. And so we use it a lot.
It's overdue for us to get this fixed. There she is. The turning points are interesting. They always throw people for a loop, but they have it figured out here. Normally you have to put bolts in to lock them down, and then they'll hang a tag on the turning point so you know that it's still locked in. Because if we hooked it into our rig with their lock on and our lock on, that's a serious issue. So they know what they're doing, which is good.
So what we're gonna go over right now is disengagement. If you ever run into an issue and mechanically or electrically something fails in this thing, you take that disengagement nut, the 3/4 inch nut, break it loose and bring it down 1/2 inch. Where the top crown of that nut right there should be equal with the bottom of this rail. There's 1/2 inch right there. Now what you're pretty much doing is disengaging the motor from shaft from each other. Crank on the shaft of the slide and pull the slide in. Typically, once you disengage on both sides and once the shaft is freed up on both sides, you can crank it in at least the first 4 inches or so. Now you have enough of the counterweight on the slide over that roller where you're able to shove the whole slide into the building from that point. The more equal you bring it in, the better. You don't want to overrun one side over the other side. So if you ever have an issue or anything like that, don't hesitate to call me. We do have a number of techs and still certifying some techs around, so that way we'll be able to get you serviced.
Okay.
You do have a 5-year warranty on the gear rail, standard 1-year warranty on your motors. So any issues like that, just give me a call again. We'll get it taken care of. You got cam followers that roll inside this trough area. Just keeping this trough nice and clear of any dirt or debris like that, and a dry lube will work fine in there.
Yeah.
Water on the gear itself and compressed air. That'll be it. This is an aluminum anodized versus a steel pinion in there. The gear mesh is darn near perfect where you got no metalling or anything like that. So just keeping that nice and clear. Any dirt or debris buildup in there could result in just material smashing into the gear, and now you're losing your gear mesh. You got new seals, inner and outers. Also down here was added the wear plates I told you about, the stiffener plates. So you got all new wear plates where all the rollers land now. They have a plate now to be able to land on, and they're not indenting or ingrinding into the wood on the bottom of the slide. Now this plate now ties into the main subframe here of the box itself, pulling that wood flooring in straight, now aligning it square with the face of the box. So now your slide has a smooth and nice flat travel inside. It's not riding or lumping or even jarring itself. That was one of the things. The 4.5-inch roller was kind of compressing into that wood, creating a pathway, and it was causing it to ride a little funky on there. So this right here really improved on that right there.
Never thought I'd be so excited about a piece of machinery other than maybe a dirt bike.
Right.
Now, when you operate in here, you can operate it at any placement. Take it at any placement you like and run it right back the other way. You're not going to hurt anything one bit. When you bring it all the way in or out, you don't have to hold it for the additional 5 to 10 seconds or anything. Once you hit against your flanges, you're good at that point. One of the things about these guys right here, you do get a lot of pressure on your inner trim. So you now have all torque to gear. All torque that the gear and motor has to offer, you're getting it all to gear now. So you'll notice right now when we operate, once you get against the flange, you can stop at that point. Continuing to overdo it could result in loosening up your wood trim and stuff, and you may have to refasten that.
What's the flange?
Flange is this guy.
That is the trim.
Yep, the trim is your flange. That is your stopper and everything for it. Yeah, we'll operate right now, and you'll notice once you see this thing start to move, you know you're good. That means the seal's already compressed against it, and you're not going to go no more than that. Because all you're doing, as long as you're holding the motor's going to amp itself out and hold all the torque there until once you let off, and then it'll just relax itself where it feels comfortable at anyway. There's no benefit to doing that, to holding it for extra time, unless you're sinking the unit, which we'll go through right now. Sinking it, I do recommend sinking with your slide all the way in, not all the way out. Again, for your flanges, when it's all the way in, your outer flange is your more stronger flange of the whole box.
That's crazy. Just the difference.
When you hear the first one, that was one motor shutting down, and then there's your second motor. It knows, hey, I'm home now. One of the things when you go to operate and you notice the slide acting funky, either one side starts to take off and speed up real quick and they don't seem like they're talking right with each other. Okay. You notice motor A and motor B, once they start taking off, all of a sudden motor B stops, comes to a hard stop. Motor A over there decides to keep on going. That's a sign it's out of sync. What's happening is when motor A is going, motor B is not sure where it's at, so it'll stop and trying to find out what its count is. By the time that catches up, and that's why on the Schwintek most of the time, why they end up allowing it to travel for so long. With our system on the cam followers, the way it's squared up and lined up on there, it won't allow you to go past 6-7 inches more than the other.
Okay.
It will get binded up by the time you get to that point. Now, if you're ever out of sync, what you're going to want to do is you can take it out 1 inch, bring it in against your flange without letting your finger off the switch there. After you hear the motors die out, you're going to count to 10 seconds. So I'm going to short term it. So we'll do 1, 2 through 10. Repeat. Take out 1 inch, bring it right back, and you'll repeat 3 times. Both motors died. 1, 2 through 10. Now, after you complete the third one, if you noticed on that third one, when they shut down, both motors stopped with each other. They didn't do do. When you hear that, now you know, all right, they're both talking. It's in sync.
Okay, so the price came in at
They quoted us $4,500. It came in at
$3,500.
there you go.
Yep. So, and the guy said what he told you.
They quote high to pad it in case they need the extra work, and then you're not disappointed. So
Yeah, I guess they don't know what they're, running into
Right.
when they're fixing these slides and replacing them. So that was a really nice surprise.
and you took our old generator.
Yeah.
All right,
Bye.
we'll see you guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome to another Healthy Living Tip with Jacqueline. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about brain health and how you can repair damaged pathways in your brain and create new ones. And you are never too old to do that. So some of the ways would be by doing brain exercises like crossword puzzles, playing cards, even playing bingo, things like that. But some fun ways that don't cost any money would be doing things in a different way than you would normally do them. So for instance, you could try eating dinner with your eyes closed, or you could try things in a different way, like brushing your hair with the opposite hand, or brushing your teeth with the opposite hand. So I thought I'd try that because I am right-handed, and so I am in need of brushing my teeth right now, and I'm gonna brush them with my left hand. It's hard. But what it does is it trains your brain, and it's doing something different, and it's good for your brain. That's been another Healthy Living Tip with Jacqueline.
What if we don't brush our teeth? Hey everybody, thanks for watching another episode of the Border Hookups Go RVing, and please remember to subscribe and ding that bell so that we can let all of you know as soon as we have more episodes coming out.
If you liked what you saw in this video, please give us a thumbs up and place a comment below because we like to know what you're thinking.
And remember, now you can become a member by clicking on the join button on our homepage on the YouTube channel.
And thank you for 10,000 subscribers. We really appreciate you. And we hope to see you out here.
We'll see you out here.
How you can repair damaged pathways. I'm going to start again. Are we good? Can you see me? It's kind of close.
Hey Dennis, are you gonna go bike riding?
We're trying to film a segment here.
I gotta get my bike down. Take me a little bit. Are you guys ready to roll?
No.
No, stand down. He's filming.
Kevin Bacon out.
Or try doing something with the opposite hand that you would normally do it with. So rather than you can I know. As soon as I said it and you had that little smirk on your face. So now I have to come up with something completely new. I was doing so well. I was on a roll until you started laughing.
I counted like 4 mistakes, so I did you a favor by cutting you off.
No, it was perfect. Okay.